Hey y'all, here I is. Hey Pearls, hello. Jazzy. Cynthia, what's up? Good morning. This is me and Cynthia song, y'all. Did y'all see Netflix? What's it called, Cynthia? Cassandra? Y'all, if you watch Cassandra, don't put your phone in another room. Good morning. Cynthia. Tracy, what's up, my love? Hello. Okay, Bushmaster, what's up? Okay, so you guys, we got to talk about it. Slowly. I watched Nate the Lawyer. Did you guys watch the Nate the Lawyer today? I was getting ready to watch my boy Shay over there, but I was like, all of a sudden I started getting texts. Hey, Brittany. I started getting texts that, hey, Berg, you gotta watch Nate the Lawyer. So Nate the Lawyer, huge YouTuber, super YouTuber, over 500,000 subscribers. But what people don't realize, and this is me saying it, and you guys let me know your comments in the chat, how you feel about this. Be honest. Tell me, Berg, I don't think so. Berg, I do think so. This is me telling you, boots on the ground. I'm here. I'm not part of anybody's team. I'm not a part of Tiffany's team. I'm not a part of the trustees team. I'm just a resident here living my life. But for some people, it's a problem when you're a resident here living your life. I don't have any salacious stories that Tiffany did to me. I do have me asking Jason House and Ed Steve, even though they invited me to breakfast. I didn't ask. They invited me. And when they saw I was going through so much and everything going on, I thought they were the good guys. I do. Still in my commentary, my goal is to tell you to vote your conscience. Don't vote on things that happen to Berg because I'm just one person. Don't vote on things that happen to I don't think you should vote on things that happen to Miss So-and-so over here because she's just one person. I think you should vote on your experience, what you see, and what you can prove. I repeat, vote on your experience, what you can see, and what you can prove. My whole thing, I was running around here talking about Tiffany got goons when I first started. I have yet to see a goon. I have yet. Okay. From Tiffany. Okay. So if y'all want to say Tiffany goons were the ones at the fight like Krigley and stuff, I saw Krigley. This is me. I saw Krigley holding Kamal back. That's what I saw. And it's not because I favor Tiffany. This is what I saw. I haven't seen Tiffany disrespect anyone but Carmen Carlisle by calling her Carmen Carlier, right? And you know why I say that? Let me talk turkey to you guys. And there's no disrespect to Carmen. Tiffany put Carmen in a position for a better life, period. You can, any way you look at it, Tiffany gave Carmen an opportunity. Now, I don't know what happened behind closed doors. I don't know if Tiffany was a bully to Carmen. I wasn't there. But if Tiffany was a bully in the beginning, Carmen wouldn't have took it. Tiffany and Carmen, everyone knows around here, were homegirls for years. They were homegirls for years. Carmen got perks from the mayor, okay? And that was it. Not, I don't mean like she got tax cuts or nothing like that. The mayor was her homegirl. That's it. So when the time came and Miss Joyce died, what did Tiffany do? Take Carmen from waitressing. And Carmen, actually, she was a creative too. She wasn't just sitting there only. I don't think nothing's wrong with waitressing. She was a creative too. She has a flair for fashion. She had a flair for hairstyles. You could tell by looking at Carmen, right? She took her from that and said, hey, I'm gonna give you a steady paycheck every month. You ain't gotta worry about tips. And you're gonna be a trustee. And I'm gonna give you a job at the village. You got a steady paycheck there. Carmen became the assistant of Tiffany Henyard. She became a clerk in the in Village Hall, and she became the trustee in Thornton Township. Plus, allegedly, didn't Tiffany give Carmen a house to rent out? That's what we heard allegedly on the streets. I don't know. So Tiffany put her in a better position. How they fell out, I have no idea. So what we see between Tiffany and Carmen, that's beef between friends. Okay? That's it. That's a beef between friends. Do I got locks over here, D Nice? Do I got a mustache? Well, most days I don't. It depends on what day you catch me. This is Burgundy Blue channel. And I talk about what I want to talk about when I want to talk about it, not when you want me to. So go over to Martin's show if you don't mind. Okay? Thank you. So that's what we're dealing with, a beef between friends. Okay. Now let me tell you, D9s, who didn't criticize Tiffany. Ha ha. But he had something to say today, and that's Nate the lawyer. Okay, so my job is to give y'all what we got over here, and that's boots on the ground. Okay. So we got this same group out of 17 municipalities, and the same 5 people get up to that podium, and nobody see nothing wrong with it. 17 municipalities, over 170,000 residents, and we only got the same 5 people from Dolton getting up there. Okay. Y'all don't see nothing wrong with it? Y'all on the outside. The same 5 people. Let's hear what Nate the lawyer has to say. If you say anything different, as you see with Dr. Nyes, you say anything different, you criticize. Just for saying, hey, what about this? Now, I don't know what happened behind closed doors between Tiffany and Carmen. Maybe Tiffany was like the evil genius and said, you're going to get in here and do what I say you're going to do, or else you over. Or it could have been the FBI really cornering Carmen. That would have made me talk. I would have changed I would have sang like a canary. You know what I mean? I don't know. But I do know that Tiffany put Carmen on. Y'all can't dispute it. Tiffany put Carmen on. Period. Can't dispute it. Chris Gonzalez put Tiffany on. Can't dispute it. It is what it is. We wouldn't be in this position. Miss Cassandra was supposed to be the assessor. That was Frank Zuccarelli's wishes, from what we heard. Plain as day. Okay. So let's go to Nate the lawyer. Now, if you guys don't know, I'm gonna tell you, here on the streets, this is this is what's happening. You can't say nothing without getting attacked. And I'm saying this clearly. You can't have a difference of opinion without getting attacked, called names. And look, they don't just say, hey, Berg, what about if Tiffany did woo, woo, woo? They want to start being mean and nasty. You don't look at under Tiffany comments. You don't see any of Tiffany people going back doing nasty stuff the way people are doing now. You don't see that. Everybody wants to attack her for our next mayor is Jason House. What's his marital status? I don't care. I'm not in Jason House business. I don't care. But I know Jason House, when he swore in as trustee, he had a wife, I think. He had a wife from all the years we knew him in Dolton. He had a wife, beautiful wife. We don't worry about that. Who he dating? We don't know. Who Kiana Belcher dating? We don't know. She was sitting on somebody's lap. We don't know who that is at her fundraiser. We don't know who that is. Anybody dig up his whole business? No. We don't care. This is Tiffany, if y'all want to put me over there. We don't care if Tiffany, if Kiana hang out with some dude, she had a beautiful dress on, she sat on his lap in a chair. We don't care who that is. Who's Brittany Norwood man? We don't know. Tammy Brown, last time she had a man we heard of, he owned a club and the club bust into flames. That's it. So who's Clerk Key man? Is Clerk Key married? Do anyone know if Clerk Key is married? I'm asking, does anyone know if Clerk Key is married? I'm asking for a reason. Because we talk about Tiffany and Kamal 24/7. So we got a whole slate of single people running for office, and then once they get elected, boom, they bring whoever they want in the Dolton house, the governor's mansion. We don't care. We don't care, right? I do know it has it's a thing, but we don't care. We're not beating that down. Who was Riley Rogers married to, the previous mayor? How many girlfriends he had? How many girlfriends did Riley Rogers have? Where did he live? Nobody even know where Riley Rogers lived in Dolton. Okay. What about Mayor Shaw? Was he married? No. Look up the last 4 mayors. The only one that was married was Ronnie Lewis. And he was mayor just put into the stead because Shaw died, and then he won an election. None of these last 4 mayors were married. None of them. None of them. But now we get a woman mayor, we all in her bedroom. That's all I'm saying. Do I think it's right that Kamal is married? No. Do I think Tiffany should have put him in the forefront and he the first boyfriend of Dolton? The first gentleman boyfriend of Dolton? No. I think that's absolutely wrong. I think that's absolutely wrong. Do I think she should have got on WVON and talked about his divorce? No. And he shouldn't have wanted her to step forward and say he's her man either. No. We should not have a mayor walking around here with a public boyfriend that still is attached. Absolutely not. No. I think that's wrong. But I also am going to say, we don't know what none of these other 4 or 5 people doing. And once they get in office, what we going to do about it? What if the village of Dolton turned to Freaknik 97? We don't know. We don't know nothing. Okay. So let's go over Nate the lawyer. Now, if you guys don't know, the people that's in charge, they love to boast. I got this YouTuber. This YouTuber helped me out. This YouTuber the people that's running, they love to talk about that. Ain't nothing you could do because we could sick the big YouTubers on you. That's what they say all the time. They send the YouTubers to attack any YouTuber that they tell you that. That's why you see a lot of YouTubers covering this and then they backpedal. They backpedal because they will tell you that they'll get the bigger YouTubers to ruin your life. That's what's happening, just so y'all know. That's what's happening. I'm never going to reference anything in the past that happened to me. I'm going to reference what's happening right now. Oh, we got this person. We got this person. We got this person on our side. And they're the ones that's telling you who to vote for. Which, a lot of them don't even live here that could vote, but they push people in that right way. So that's what I want to talk about right now. I want to talk about what Nate the lawyer said, which I started. Look, y'all see how far I got along? Look at my little red dot. I stopped it because everybody was like, oh, can you believe? Because everybody wants to know when it's huge YouTubers, if they're paid for or not. And I'm not saying anybody is, but people always want to know, are these YouTubers paid to tell us this, or do they really know? Now, I can only tell you from experience on stuff I can prove on paper. I was told as a YouTuber, I could prove this via text. I could screenshot it and put it on my screen. If anyone challenges this, I was told via text, if you come over on this side, it'll be a lot easier for you. And when I didn't, my life got harder. I can only tell you my story. Okay. So when you look at YouTubers, I don't understand if I only have 35 people watching right now. And shout out to you 35 people. Hit the like button if you can. Why do people come over here? It's only me. It's just me. You got YouTubers with 700,000 subscribers that tell you to vote Clean House 2025, tell you Tiffany bad. You got multiple of them. Why would you come over here where a little YouTuber only got 30 people watching and get in the chat and be negative and tell them you never talk about what how am I gonna flip 30 people? What those 30 people care about me? You know what I mean? So that should tell y'all something. When you see people come over here in drones, when you see people come over here in drones and they like, oh, you don't say anything about Tiffany. That tells you sometimes they're sent over here. Or when you see someone getting attacked in a politics group, this person said this. They're told to do that. Or when you see a YouTuber biting their tongue when they see something's wrong, they scared. And I agree with Brittany. That's not just Dolton. That's the political climate everywhere today. It's horrible, especially in our community. It's sad. People don't even have a stake in Dolton. And that we got an investigator. We paid over $30,000 for a preliminary investigation. Then we paid $400 an hour. After that, we paid $400 an hour for Lori Lightfoot and Charles, somebody and Associates, CRA, to come in and do another investigation and give us nothing, a nothing burger. The same thing all of YouTube been saying for free. It just sounded different because Lori Lightfoot told you. But did they ever come up with this person is a thief? No. Misappropriating? Yeah. Unethical? Yeah. Flat out stealing? No. We heard a former trustee, get up on a Martin G. Johnson show, and Martin said, "Tell me what she stole." No. I'm not even gonna talk about that. No, tell us what she stole. And then I could go back and say, Tiffany, prove to us you didn't steal. Prove to us where that money for the ice skating rink is. Show us the bank account. Show us the back of that $561,000 check they won't show us the back of. Show us something. They won't show us nothing. But if you have a difference of opinion, you attack. Oh, here's the audit right here on the county assessor's office. Oh, that's wrong. Well, the county assessor put it out. The treasurer put it out. Oh, they got the wrong numbers. Anything you say is Tiffany wrong. Prove to us she's wrong. So let's look at this Nate the Lawyer video. And you know he's a Republican 100% hardcore. But he ride for Clean House 2025, if y'all didn't know. Over 500,000 subscribers. Let's look at what he has to say. And I stopped it. Y'all see my little red dot. I was like, hey, Stringer. What's up, Stringer? Love you too. Yeah, they told us everything Dame Placco told us, right? Didn't tell us nothing. But we paid her $300,000. Now we about to watch what I say. They about to bring her over to Thornton Township next. Burgundy has never stood. Y'all don't be want to give me credit, but y'all be hashtagging Burgundy told us so when it comes to what it is. Oh, Brittany says a black Republican for the last 4 years. I'm used to being attacked. Welcome to the club. Look, Nate the Lawyer is a black Republican. He's a black Republican. So yeah, this is interesting. Oh, and there's a young black woman. That you got a double down. You got a double decker with cheese. All right, let's watch what Nate the Lawyer has to say. I think this was interesting because y'all don't know how they be beating on our chest. I don't want to name YouTubers out, but it's he's in the group. We got this. We got this. Who gonna stop us? Who gonna stop us? Man, this was interesting right in to hear what he had to say. And I think YouTubers need to have their own eyes. What's wrong with having your own eyeballs when it comes to this? Right is right and wrong is wrong. Show us what Tiffany stole. Now, unethical? Yeah. Just like we were at that caucus. When Napoleon Harris gave everybody pizza and Italian beefs and let them in, sit and eat and vote, that was what he did, right? And the rest of us were standing outside, let us in, but he had all his people in there. They didn't let us in. Y'all made up every lie. Oh, y'all got there late. It was all seniors. Tiffany was late. No, it was none of that. But did he do it legally? Yeah. Was it a little slimy? Yeah. But was it illegal? No. That's the same thing that has to do. I want y'all to show me the illegal stuff. I want them to put Tiffany in handcuffs. Y'all saying that the people are coming. What's going on? The feds take longer. Well, they took Lacey up out of here in 2 days. They got Keith Price. Keith Price, he been on the Kanye West workout plan. He done lost about 50 pounds. What did Tiffany do? Let's talk about it. All right, let's go to Nate the lawyer video.
Involved in the chaos. Her lawyer claims someone from outside Dolton who attended the meeting swung a knife at the mayor's boyfriend.
These men are attacking him.
Start over because I had started it. I started it. Let's talk about it. Sorry. Here's Nate the lawyer video. We're going to try to claim fair use. We're doing commentary on this because he is a lawyer, and let's go.
Henyard is seen in this video getting involved in the chaos. Her lawyer claims someone from outside Dolton who attended the meeting swung a knife at the mayor's boyfriend.
These men are attacking him with a deadly weapon, and the mayor, fearing for his safety, did go toward that crowd, risking getting hurt herself.
So the supermayor has now put out a hit piece against Jedediah Brown. That's the guy who's been involved in 2 altercations while she has been mayor. And I'm going to tell you, people, it looks like she's got an argument. Watch this.
Not she got an argument. I really think that this is going to help people if he's not attacked. I got to go to the comments. After this, we'll look at the comments. If he's not attacked, just like the Lansing Journal was attacked, y'all love Lansing Journal. You loved Melanie's short little coif. That's my girl, Melanie. But now you got Nate the lawyer, most beloved YouTuber ever. Let's see. He says she has a case. Let's watch.
An advocate. Now, this is Jedediah Brown, and for those of you who don't know, he runs the channel Investigate and Advocate with Jedediah Brown. Now, Jedediah is one of those advocates that like to get physical, it seems. Here he is 7 years ago at a Trump rally where things got physical.
Pandemonium. And in one indelible moment, a young activist named Jedediah Brown rushed the empty stage. He told us about that day at a town hall we held in Chicago.
We saw what Donald Trump's campaign was doing all across the country. We seen black bodies being pushed around. We saw people getting punched in the face. And I didn't shut down his rally. Chicago did.
Now, with all of that context, let's get into the supermayor's hit piece against Jedediah Brown.
The violence at the town meeting last week has been grossly misreported by pretty much all outlets as far as we can.
At a local board meeting outside of Chicago with the self-proclaimed super mayor Tiffany Henyard at the center.
The story has been about the mayor getting involved in what we'll call a brawl in town hall. But no one, from what I can see, has bothered to look carefully at what happened. The truth has been lost in the spectacle.
Now, I got to stop it right here because this guy is definitely throwing the first punch. So if their argument number one is that their side didn't start the fight, this video seems to clearly show that. Now, it's hard to see behind this pillar, but you do see the guy throwing the punch at Tiffany Henyard's boyfriend first. So it seems like they started throwing punches first.
Let me get to y'all comments. What you think about that? What you think about that? Even though in this video we see the pillar, you can clearly see Krigley grabbing Kamal around the waist. We covered this and pulling him back. Right here, you see that Nate is showing that Kamal did not throw the first punch. Okay, let's see. Hey, Mashia, thanks for being here. And yeah, Bushmaster, yeah, she gotta show some more receipts. We're gonna go over those old receipts that she showed, and I want to know what y'all think too. So stick with us, Bushmaster. Is that the one with the dog? Yeah, it is. Hey, Bushmaster. You think Nate is going to retract a few things? Mashia? We'll see. Kamal touched him. I never saw that, Mashia. I can't say that. I've never seen, or Mashia, if I'm saying it correctly. I've never seen Kamal push. Kamal was not even close. He was not even close, in my opinion. No, we're going to look at an old video, Bushmaster. Who waits to get punched? Okay, but they also said he had. We're not gonna do the fight. Y'all go everywhere else to look at the fight because everybody. But we're doing Nate the lawyer's version right now. I'm not gonna go. But you can see right here, like I really can't. I really can't argue with it. We saw it, especially from No Apologies, Just Me. This was a different angle, but No Apologies, Just Me had the best angle, and you could see Kamal never ever touched him. Never.
Like they started throwing punches first. You do side didn't start the fight. This video seems to clearly show that. Now it's hard to see behind this pillar, but you do see the guy throwing the punch at Tiffany Henyard's boyfriend first. So it seems like they started throwing punches first.
And to begin with, the man who started the whole problem that night at Town Hall is
displaying gang signs. It's a nice touch from the lawyer. That's a nice touch.
Certainly not some concerned citizen who's there to speak his mind. That's how he has been portrayed, but that is false. This man's name is Jedediah Brown. And Jedediah Brown is not just some random citizen who has an opinion. This is a person who's created a whole.
Hey, Stringer, just so you know, YouTube held your comment, I think, because you had a cuss word in there. And Mashia, I respect you too. I'm saying we're covering Nate the lawyer version, so you can't even argue with me. You can have a different opinion all day over here. You know, me and you talk back and forth. It's no problem. But yeah, this is Nate the lawyer bit. So you can't really argue with me. I think that comment would be coming from Nate the lawyer because he's showing on his video clearly as a lawyer, he's showing his point of view.
Started the whole problem that night at Town Hall is
displaying gang signs. It's a nice touch from the lawyer. That's a nice touch.
Certainly.
Now, wait a minute. I heard that y'all was saying that was a middle finger he threw up at a bad angle. Who believed that in here? Y'all was saying that he threw up a middle finger at a bad angle. Now, this is Nate the lawyer covering this, and we're doing review. Okay? Hey, Critical. Hey, Kyla. I guess if you say that, Kyla, if you say that, but I don't think so. I don't think so at all. I think he was holding him back. But this ain't my this is not my coverage, Real Rap Show. This is Nate the lawyer coverage. You know what I mean? This is Nate the lawyer coverage. So did somebody send y'all over here? Because it's like all y'all coming real fast because I'm covering Nate the lawyer. A lot of these comments should be on Nate the lawyer, right? All right. But Nate the lawyer is 100% on the trustee side. This is just his version, right? Right? This is just his version. So y'all don't have to get all upset. This is his version, but he's 100%. Doesn't he have an interview with Jason House coming up? Right? Mm-hmm. He has an interview with Nate the lawyer, right? So everybody coming out the bushes to be mad at, I'm covering what Nate the lawyer said. He's 100% on the trustee side. He's doing coverage on this video, right? I agree. Bushmaster says, I think Jed was wrong and Kamal was wrong. Jed said some bad stuff, but Kamal shouldn't have stepped up. I agree. I agree with so much that happened in that room. Like, number one, Kamal, right? Let's just talk about Kamal. Kamal shouldn't even be employed at the township. Point blank. Point blank, period. The number one move, and we covered this when we covered the Thornton Township minutes, she shouldn't have employed her boyfriend. Like, what? He should have stayed on his side of the world, and she should have stayed on her side of the world. This is where it gets when you can't be touchy. So because he's in that room, sitting in that back seat, when Jedediah said what he said, right? When he said everything he said, what happened? What happened? When he said everything, here come Kamal standing up. Kamal wasn't there, we wouldn't even been in this pickle. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, if you wouldn't have did that, it wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? So I agree with that. I think it's an old school play when you push your homie into the ops and get the fight started. Oh, Lenny, I forgot about that. I remember that. Yeah. I forgot about that. Kamal would have been called all type of bitches if he hadn't stepped up after that. True. But okay, see, TK, but we thinking rep street, right? We thinking that situation, right? But are we okay, let's think. I'm Stretch Armstrong here, right? Let's pretend it was Kamala and the second husband. What's his name? The first gentleman? I forget Kamala's husband. And let's say someone stepped up to the podium and called Kamala Harris a B word. Doug. Was Doug supposed to say, hey, I don't know. Isn't it a different set? That's when security should have stepped in and said, hey, calm it down. Security, when they heard him say all those words and that speech, even though it was public comment, they should have moved in a little closer. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. Very true, Cynthia. When did you hear that? First of all, we're not, look, y'all mods, do your mod thing. Anybody get out of hand, go ahead and block them. Because we only 2 minutes in. I haven't heard him say anything about. We 2 minutes in. If anyone says anything, block them. Because this doesn't even make sense. Y'all go over to Nate the lawyer page and do that. Period. And I stand on that. We're covering what he said, and we only 1 minute and 32 seconds in. So I don't know what he said because I stopped what I was watching. I have a 17-minute video, and I came to cover it with you guys. So this is my commentary on what Nate the lawyer said. If y'all have something to say to Nate the lawyer, go to his channel. All right. Yeah, I believe so too, Brittany. I think so too. You are right. I think it's all a trap. You know what I think, Brittany? Is it like one side think they getting over on the other side? Like I'm gonna do this and I'm smarter than that side, and that's what happens. Yeah, I think that's it. Like I think you're right. I can see that side too. Let's go.
Super Mayor's hit piece against Jedediah Brown.
The violence at the town meeting last week has been grossly misreported by pretty much all outlets as far as we can.
At a local board meeting outside of Chicago, with the self-proclaimed super mayor Tiffany Henyard at the center.
The story has been about the mayor getting involved in what we'll call a brawl in town hall. But no one, from what I can see, has bothered to look carefully at what happened. The truth has been lost in the spectacle.
Now, I got to stop it right here because this guy is definitely throwing the first punch. So if their argument number one is that their side didn't start the fight, this video seems to clearly show that. Now, it's hard to see behind this pillar, but you do see the guy throwing the punch at Tiffany Henyard's boyfriend first. So it seems like they started throwing punches first.
And to begin with, the man who started the whole problem that night at Town Hall is
displaying gang signs. It's a nice touch from the lawyer. That's a nice touch.
Certainly not some concerned citizen who's there to speak his mind. That's how he has been portrayed, but that is false. This man's name is Jedediah Brown. And Jedediah Brown is not just some random citizen who has an opinion. This is a person who's created a whole social media campaign for himself by essentially stalking the mayor.
All right, here's a quick public service announcement. Anyone who watches my videos and is entertained by the super mayor, I am asking, but I already assumed that no one was dumb enough to go and harass or stalk the woman. She's under FBI investigation. She's got all these things happening. The law will come for Tiffany Henyard soon enough. Do not take the law into your own hands.
Smartest thing I ever heard on YouTube. That's all he's saying. If the first of all, if the feds are here, look, I'd be scared just doing commentary. Like, oh my God, I don't want them to have to. That's why I'm always like, hey y'all, you know, just take it easy. Just take it easy, because if the feds are here, they're looking at everything, right? So they're looking at the commentary, they're looking at the situations, like Pink said, Pearls Pink, shout out to you. Like you said, you made a great point. So as an outsider looking in, the anger has been bubbling up for 3 years at least. Tiff continued to escalate the unethical behavior, which of course invited in the world to see. And then Jed knowing Andrew Holmes. I agree with this, Pearls Pink. I agree that, like, it was so many things that happened. Like, being here, I can look at some things and be like, ugh, why would she say that? Remember that, Pearls, remember when the ice skating rink was put up and she was like, when all 4 trustees said no, guess what God said? Or when she was doing those memes like, argue, I can't argue with you. I was like, that's not becoming of a mayor. Like, why are you doing those things? Like, that's it. You know, it's certain standards you have to be held accountable for as a mayor. So I do not disagree with that at all. So when the 3 years was bubbling up, and that last year, the only thing that could get the attention was the media, I understand. I 100% understand, because as I tell you guys, I'm not there. I wasn't working in Village Hall. I don't know everybody that their experience. That's like me and Pearls. If me and Pearls had a experience together and she's like, hey, Burgundy, I don't like how she did me with this, and that. That's Pearl's experience with me, right? So then if she's on my channel and she's like, why are y'all paying Burgundy all this money? All she's doing is taking this money and going and giving it to Tiffany. That's Pearl saying that about me, right? Then all of a sudden Pearl's not getting no attention, and I keep on digging on Pearl and telling her this and that. Then she goes and does a media campaign. That's because she was fed up. So I definitely agree with what you're saying, for sure. For sure. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's definitely crazy. So I get it. So, because if nobody was listening and they were trying to recall and stuff like that, I get it. And I get Lenny. The most heat come from the outsiders looking in. Yep, I agree with that too. It's a lot going in. That's why I could never just take one side, because it's so much that I see. Remember, I was one-sided. Like when I was going through my dad and my mother passing away and all that craziness, I was looking at things like, Tiffany's making it worse for my family here. And then all of a sudden, boop, I find out it's a lot more behind the scenes. I would have never known. So I agree with both sides. But y'all shouldn't go harass people, because you don't know who, like, call. I don't want none of them calling my phone. I don't want my number in nobody Fed list. all of that stuff. Y'all don't go harassing, saying crazy stuff. It's okay to have your opinion. It's okay to even be rude, but don't go out with the threats. It'd be a lot of threats going on, and that's unnecessary.
Hands, and you only make her a more sympathetic figure. It's counterproductive to harass her. It's counterproductive to stalk her. She's tearing it all down herself. So I'm not even saying Jedediah did it because I haven't watched the rest of this video. But if you are someone who's thinking, I'm going to go and call her and start harassing her, don't do it. Stop now. You don't want to find yourself behind bars, and it's just not worth it.
Out today, this is your boy Jedediah Brown, your own location, reporting to you live at Thornton Township's meeting. I've kind of sort of been out already scouting the spot. Yeah.
So I'll be cutting off my camera. Kamal just arrived here and he won't smoke, so I'm definitely, it's cool. And what I'm gonna do is wait for the next resident to go into that building, and I'm gonna ask them if I could be in there with them, because they shouldn't be able to stop me if I'm just simply here accompanying another resident. This is what one-man protest look like. Checking the door. How you doing?
That's not me. I think that's Nate video pauser.
What's up, man? What's your name and badge number? I'm trying to get their attention. I'm trying to get in there.
They got your attention because they called us.
Good. So I said, all right, it's cold. Let me step right here too.
No, they don't want you to know.
But you came in, you went in there. You get it? Do your job. I get it.
Mike, I don't say that lightly. He actually has been stalking the mayor when she's with her family in her private time. He has come to her home.
Okay. I'm not coming to you, bitch. You come to me.
Now, I didn't know this was happening, and they dropping receipts. If he is at her home at night like this is totally unacceptable. Totally unacceptable. I got to call it out. What type of person would I be if I would call out everything else, but not call out this obvious harassment? That's harassment outside her house with a bullhorn at night, and she's got kids. Tiffany, she has a beef. She has a beef against Jedediah. He shouldn't be doing this. He should not be doing this.
Now, I didn't feel bad for Tiffany right here. Can y'all guess who I felt bad for? The neighbors. The neighbors that has to deal with this, because you can't just pick up and move, overnight when you own your home. And a lot of these people own their home for like 30 years. I felt bad for them.
Period.
People saying you went to her mama house. You went to her mama house. You didn't expect for her to respond?
Yeah, people. This is stalking harassment. What the hell is he doing at her mama house? Why is he going to her mother's house? Like, really? Really? Come on.
Absolutely expected for her to respond.
And I think that's because and see, like I said, I have to just say it both ways. I know Nate doesn't watch everything. He doesn't have time. He's full-time YouTuber, full-time lawyer, full-time businessman. Because when we vote for Tiffany, this is her registered address as a public official. I hope I'm saying it right.
To create a spectacle. And when that happened, the mayor even went so far as to pursue a restraining order against him at the beginning of January. And this is the guy that came into town hall and had this interaction that led to the violence.
Now, I'm not going to look it up, but I'm not sure if they got a restraining order or just asked for one, because he said they petitioned for one. They asked for one, but that doesn't mean they got one.
No, because the lawyer is part of DOTS as well. So no. And then if Tiffany sues, this probably will reflect on everything that's been going on. Like, I understand a peaceful protest, but some of the things that's just put Kiana Belcher or Brittany Norwood in it's Tiffany house in the same situation. What would y'all say if someone was outside with a bullhorn calling her a B word? It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
So you got to understand that lawyer double talk sometimes.
At the meeting, when we really look at the video, if you take it frame by frame, what hasn't been reported, but what is there, is that this guy, Jedediah,
They got to go back in April.
The man was armed with a knife. The man drew that knife, and the man swung that knife at Kamal Woods.
So now they're saying that what Jedediah has here.
I think that's a microphone. I still think that's a microphone, because if we don't see the microphone on the stand, like we have covered it, I think he grabbed the microphone. And as we know, microphones are sharp, they are hard. If you guys ever had to be in front of a microphone, that's why they got that little fuzzy thing on it besides the sound. But yeah, I think that's a microphone. I can sort of see the handle. Doesn't that look like a microphone? Because that would be that almost looks, if it's not a microphone, it looks like one of those things you see, like the razor, like a big long razor with the cord like a barber would have. But that look like a microphone. What y'all think? Put in the comments.
Here in his hand is a knife, but I think it's more.
TK, get out of here right now. TK is so funny. Hit the like button, you guys. TK, it's too late. It's too late for you to make me laugh like this. Stop it.
More likely a microphone. So I rewinded it back. You see the microphone is pushed down, then Jedediah actually pushes it down even further. Now, as they start tussling a little bit, he reaches back right here and grabs the mic and then starts using the mic to bludgeon these guys. And if you look right here, the mic is actually not on the mic stand anymore, meaning that mic is in Jedediah's hand. So it's not a knife. It's clear it's not a knife. The lawyer's lying and calling it a knife. It is a microphone.
Mr. Woods did not lay a hand on anybody prior to being attacked physically by Mr. Brown, and a second person who's seen in the fight, who's not just a citizen either. That individual is a former employee of Dolton, fired for hiding his sex offender status.
That's because Redmond is listed as a child sex offender on the Illinois State Police Registry. He served 24 years of a 50-year sentence for taking part in the brutal gang rape and beating of 2 young girls in the Roseland neighborhood in 1991. News reports at the time say Redmond was one of 4 young men who kidnapped the girls and took them to an abandoned garage where they were sexually assaulted and beaten with boards and guns.
Now, if you watch the full news clip, Redmond was close friends with Tiffany Henyard, and she hired him and tried to hide the fact that he had this criminal past. You know what? I'm going to play the full news clip for you now so you have the full context.
46-year-old Lavelle Redmond is close friends with Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who in September hired Redmond as a code enforcement officer without the village board's approval. Redmond served 25 years in prison for the brutal gang and beating of 2 young teenage girls in the 1990s, and was arrested and charged after our first story aired for violating the reporting requirements of the sex offender registry. But Mayor Henyard says her friend deserves a second chance.
And these are the 2 people that attacked Kamal Woods, one of them with a knife that's...
Shoot. Lenny says, that's not cool either. She was defending him last year. Now to throw it all in his face to get at Jed, wrong. And then Pearl said, oh, that's crap. Tiff talked about her second chance program with Redmond. I don't think it was him with the second chance program. I think it was Public Works, right? And then Tyrone Muhammad came out and did it. And see, that's the thing, Pearls. I don't understand if he had that on his records. Like, second chances are cool, right? But if he had that on his record, why he just didn't go to, we used to call it back in the day, the island, which is Public Works, where you don't have to go up in people's houses. Why did you get a housing inspector job? You know what I mean? You could have had Public Works, an office, anything that didn't involve you coming to a home for underage children, right? If that's what I always get it incorrect. Is it parole or PO? Do I have it right? PO or something like that, parole or something like that, whatever the terms of you being, you out now, right? You out, you free, but you still on papers, as we would say in the street. So you still on papers. What would be why you just didn't have a job somewhere else? You know what I mean? Like he could have worked in the office in Village Hall. He could have worked in Public Works. He could have worked as the maybe, I don't know, but why was he in the that was just a silly move. I don't agree with that, So, hey, what's up, Wyoming girl? Oh, Shauna, I didn't mean to skip over your thing. You said, well, I'm gonna tell you the knife was there. You'll be surprised who had it. Okay. Oh, can you email me? Because people have been telling me that a knife was in there. So don't we blame the security who was supposed to be wanding everybody down? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay, so now remember when Lavelle got in the car, Dane, because we've been following this story for a while. When Lavelle got in the car, Dane Planko said, oh, hold on, guys. I got work in the morning. Hold on, let me they texted me about these clues. Ooh, and my birthday is tomorrow, y'all. I thought that was a closed text. That was that was a birthday text. Okay, so while Lavelle was and happy Valentine's Day to y'all tomorrow. I'm sorry. Now I'm just excited. So while Lavelle was, I forgot, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, then messed up. Okay. So yeah, send that to me. So let's go to so Dane Placco walked up to the car. He had Tiffany on speakerphone, and Tiffany was like, no, don't say nothing. Say no comment. Say no comment. So he had Tiffany direct line. So they obviously were some kind of friends. But this is my question for you guys listening. It's always difficult because I always try to put myself in other people's shoes and say, I wasn't there. I don't know what happened, but we have to just talk turkey the way it is. So is he okay? So it was a problem when he was under Tiffany, right? It was a problem for him to work in Dolton. Despite who you hate, despite who you like, Pearls, you're saying it's wrong for Tiffany to have hired Lavelle, right? Who thinks it's wrong for Tiffany to have hired Lavelle? Hey, Choose, what's up, my love bug? That's what I'm saying. Who thinks it's wrong for Tiffany to have hired Lavelle? It was wrong for him to have that job. It was wrong for him to be there. Everybody. Hey, Mama Hill. Hello, my love. Mama Hill, says, Blue, you're on 1,000,000,000% correct. Kamal never should have been hired to work for the Township. I don't think so. I don't think Kamal should have worked there, especially with no credentials or background. What you say? Mama Hill said, I'm right. Okay. BP Jones, I can agree. BP Jones says, but the same could be said about Tiffany. It was okay for him to be an offender when he was on her side, but now she wants to use it against him. I can say you're correct. Now I heard, I don't know if this is true. This is gossip, but I heard that the trustees, not all of them, but one trustee brought Lavelle to Tiffany and said you could, trust him. That's what I heard. Don't know if that's true. And remember, Lavelle has a lawsuit and he named some key people that you would not expect. Like he sat down with Mayor Henyard and the PR lady, and this is what happened to him in his life. They told him he was cool, and it's in writing. You can find it. It's filed. Okay. I think it was wrong for him to be there, and now we know wrong. Okay. So is this right? Let's just look. Lavelle is now the right hand to the trustees. Okay. Is that okay? So let's look at just the caucus. Then we go from the caucus and we look at the shift event. He's a special speaker. And then we FOIA'd. What was Lavelle walking up to the podium for? Was he next to sign in? Was he next to go up there to speak? What do you guys think? I'm asking. That's Lavelle at the caucus. He's able to get in. He's able to vote. He's able to vote for Napoleon. Is that okay? I'm asking. Because why were they sending the news? Because I'm saying it the same way. Why were they sending the news at Lavelle? Because that's what they did. They sent the news. Everybody been knew Lavelle background. Because you know why we can't prove he got hired without board approval? Because we don't have no minutes. We don't have any meeting minutes. So we can't prove who was hired and who was fired without board approval. We can prove who was hired, but guess who approves payroll? Can anybody put in the comments who approves payroll? So how Lavelle get paid without board approval? How he get paid without board approval, y'all? The trustees. Hey, God. Yeah. Just like Keith Freeman. That's all I'm saying. So what makes it, why is he so cool to hang with now when he was a pariah back then? How's he so cool now? Hey, Jonathan, thank you so much. That's all. I came here to dance. That's it. I just asked y'all a question. Kyla says, hey, Kyla, I think that he was 15 when that happens. We also know the system and how they do people. Maybe people closer to him know more. I was not there. Let me tell you that. However, it was a brutal gang rape and beating. Me having sex with I was 15 and they were 14 and we had sex, I can let that slide. A brutal, this is what the news said. I wasn't there. A brutal gang rape and beating in a garage, that wasn't romance. And he wasn't the only one there. So I could say both ways. He wasn't the only one there. We weren't in the room, so we don't know if anybody was touched or whatever. He touched anybody. I was not there. I pray that those girls have healing that went through that, because that's what he's convicted of. But it wasn't like my baby daddy is 17 and I'm 16. That's different. That was one-on-one. It's multiple survivors, right? Bottom line, I will say this. I wasn't there. I don't know what happened. That's even including Tiffany. This is what he was convicted of. He did his time and now he moved forward. But he moved forward with this job with Tiffany and everybody had a problem with it. Y'all ruined his life when he had a good job at the y'all ruined his life then. I'm basing on y'all ruined his life then. He was just he did whatever happened. He was trying to move on with his life and y'all ruined his life. Now it's okay. Oh, my bad. We ruined your life. Now come over here and work for us and you'll get your life back. Is that fair? I'm not even gonna hold you with that. I said it 1,000 times. Girl, he got that job because that's her man. That's her man. Okay. Ex-offenders have to work, but it should be under full transparency and safety measures in place. I agree. I don't think it's nothing. Oh, look, They did that to, remember what's his name? JT Do Too Much. He worked for Public Works. And all of a sudden, that was about the time that Lavelle Redmond came out, and they started pulling up what he did. And I loved his speech at the board meeting because he said, y'all don't understand. I got to live what I did. What he admitted to it. I think it was murder, but he didn't mean to murder the person. I know that sounds silly, but he was young and he killed somebody. I know that sounds silly. I'm not look, let me tell you, that's not my family member. So I'm not sugarcoating it because I can understand how the survivors and the family members feel. I do not want to take that away from them. I do not want to take that away from them. Okay. So JT said, y'all beat me up, but y'all don't know what I did and how I got to look at myself in the mirror every day. And now y'all smear my name. Yes, I did that. He said, but do y'all realize that you not hurting me? You hurting the victim's family by bringing it back up and opening that wound again. And nobody heard that though. That's what I'm saying. A lot of this stuff, like Chu said, it's a victim out there. It's multiple victims out there. Hell, Roseland, I could walk to Roseland from Dolton. I don't know where these people are that this happened to. So he paid his, what's it called, guys? Paid his debt to society. He went and got a job. I don't think it was the right job. Okay. They embarrassed. That's what we were talking about earlier. Public humiliation. They don't care about justice. They just care about public humiliation. And that's just not in Dolton. That's all over the U.S. Like we see it with Mike Madigan. We saw it with Blagojevich. We see it with Tiffany Henyard. Nobody cares if Tiffany go to jail or not. They just worry about the public humiliation. That's what they want to do. Bring her down and humiliate her. And they did that to Lavelle. They humiliated him publicly. And then it's like, come over here. Come over here. We're going to make sure you good. And that's what happened. Hey, Big Mike. Sorry, I missed everything. What I miss, you guys? Let's go back. Sorry, I'm talking in the mic. Y'all can excuse what you want to. Beating folks or even standing there while persons are being violated, no way. It's the violence that came with disgusting offense. What if Kamal would have did that? If Kamal would have did the same thing, would y'all forgive it? Or no, it's not cool because he with Tiffany. Scott says, why is it such a big issue a year and 12 months ago, but now since he doesn't have a government job? Yeah. Ex-offenders have to work, but it should be on the I'm sorry, I read that already. I missed everything. Jonathan, I missed what you said. Yeah, it's hard. Me and my friend, y'all have to scroll. This was last year. My friend was on YouTube, right? Let me give y'all a little story time. She was on YouTube. She's in her 50s now. And she wrote a blog about giving her baby up for adoption. Her baby is probably 30 years old now, maybe older, because she was she was a teenager when she gave her baby up for adoption. She gets on YouTube. Somebody finds the blog and they use it against her. But then they also find where she was a felon, right? So she was covering this big story. It was like a maybe a Tasha K story. That's how I found her, like covering a Tasha K story or something like that. So she was covering a big story, right? And somebody found out she covers it under her real name. She's not like a Burgundy Blue. She comes on camera. You don't have to like disclose. Everybody, I never hid who I was. It's just when I was talking about Dolton, I just never came on camera. I always had my picture out there for my YouTube audience. So it wasn't a secret. You go on Patreon, you see me all day. I'm always face up on Patreon. So she had her real name out there, her face. She's over 50. She doesn't care, you know? So somebody found out like 35 years ago, she gave a baby up for adoption, but she got her baby back. She gave the baby up. And then she was like, she got in a better position and she went and got the baby back, right? And she wrote about it. She wrote about it to help mothers find out how, if you got so many days in the state she was in, like if you decided to give your baby up, you got so many days to get the baby back. And now her and the baby, great relationship, and the baby knows about it, and she never wanted the baby to have a secret. But this is what she did. She went to jail. She went to jail and she got a felony. And I love her story because it's so powerful. And the felony was for something dumb. Remember back in the 90s, fake insurance cards or something like that? She covered it on her channel, fake insurance cards. She had a fake insurance card that got pulled over. In her state, it was a felony. Y'all, they treated her like she had murdered 60 people in a row. They treated her like she had murdered 60 people in a row. Public on YouTube, blah, blah, blah. Find out the girl that was, I'm saying all that to say, find out the girl that was talking about her. She just sat up there, gave all her kids away, like left them in the house and gave them away, not even legally. And she turned around and she was prostituting. But everybody was thinking that this girl did one thing in her life. They was eating her up. And I'm just like, isn't it crazy what public consumption does? And this whole girl was out here prostituting and getting caught every week and was in jail. And do you know what that girl that they were riding, she's about the insurance car, she said, give her a second chance. Everybody makes mistakes. And I'm saying that everybody makes mistakes. And that's the woman that was talking about her was well in her 40s. But she said, everybody makes mistakes. Give her another chance. Even though YouTube beat her down to a pulp. And that's just what it is. But don't be blind. Don't be blind and say somebody was beat. Beat? I think that's where the 50 years come in, probably, the beatings. Do I think people can influence you and you could be in the wrong place at the wrong time? Hell yeah. I've been in the wrong place in the wrong time many a time in my life. Yes, I have. But to say a gang situation, a beating, and in a garage, that wasn't somebody bringing you flowers and candy and y'all had a teenage love affair. That's totally different. And you, even if you like the person, you got to call a spade a spade. Naziah Harris stories in our community. Oh my God. I got another story for it's getting worse over there in Detroit. All right, let's go back to Nate the lawyer. And you can't get mad because it's a part of somebody's history. This is a part of the history. It just, man. I want to say this because of politics. A lot of people might be disappointed because they believe in people and think people will give them a second chance because the pressure is on them. I think a lot of people will be disappointed, possibly. That's why I always say check on Dolton in a year. Let's go, guys.
Beating of two young girls in the Roseland neighborhood in 19. He served 24 years of a 50-year sentence for taking part in the brutal gang rape and beating of two young girls in the Roseland neighborhood in 1991. News reports at the time say Redmond was one of four young men who kidnapped the girls and took them to an abandoned garage where they were sexually assaulted and beaten with boards and guns.
Now, if you watch the full news clip, Redmond was close friends with Tiffany Henyard, and she hired him and tried to hide the fact that he had this criminal past. You know what? I'm going to play the full news clip for you now so you have the full context.
46-year-old Lavelle Redmond is close friend.
That's a good question, Scott. Was the other three released? I never really listened it out, looked it up because it just sounds horrible. I never looked it up.
With Dolton Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who in September hired Redmond as a code enforcement officer without the village board's approval. Redmond served 25 years in prison for the brutal gang and beating of two young teenage girls in the 1990s and was arrested and charged after our first story aired for violating the reporting requirements of the sex offender registry. But Mayor Henyard says her friend deserves a second chance.
And these are the two people that attacked Kamal Woods. One of them with a...
And you know what's so weird? Everybody say, oh, she was for, if you got a little girl, you understand. Or if you were a little girl, you understand. Like, if that was your family member, you would understand. Like, it's not no excuses in that. You know what I mean? That's crazy. And that's why, like, we do have the Desire Harris situation going on now, or we have people that's in our neighborhood where we're not protecting our girls or our boys, because I don't want to leave the boys out. We're not protecting our children, where we just like, oh, well, you shouldn't have been outside. Oh, well, you fast, or this and that. Or even if we want to say young 15-year-old Lavelle, where he was around the wrong people, and he didn't have good mentors to say, hey, let me come over here. Let me teach you how to be an electrician. Come over here. Let me teach you how to be a carpenter. After school, bring your butt in the house. You 15 years old, you go from school to home, something like that. It just put things into another perspective if you want to talk about kids. You know what I mean? Where you have to keep your eyes on your children. 15 years old, he was out there. 14-year-old, the victim was out there. That's a problem. They didn't own no house. Who garage was they in? You know, it could have been an abandoned garage. I'm just saying, keep your eyes on the youth, you know, mentor somebody.
The night that somehow he was able to get into that meeting through the security.
Now, this lawyer is actively lying. He's being deceptive. I assume he knows that's not a knife. I assume he saw this thing. They said, look at it frame by frame, which we just did. He knows this is not a knife, but he's trying to lie to the public. This is disgusting.
And
now I have to say something right there. Oh, okay. First of all, that tree looked like it's dying, but I get it. I don't like that tree. Bo, get you some that don't even look right. But okay. This was taped after the fight. I could tell by Tiffany's outfit. Anybody recall? So this was taped after the fight. Remember when she spoke on the fight? So what the fight was like on a Thursday, and then she went live with Channel 7 News. That's who's sitting there at Channel 7 News who didn't pick this part up. That was like on a Saturday, she said something, or the fight was on a Tuesday where it was on a Tuesday. Thursday, she came out. This is the same outfit she had on. So I think this is just my assumption. I could be wrong. You know what assumptions mean, right? I think he didn't view the whole tape. I think Tiffany went in there and said he had a knife, and Bo took her word for it. That's what I think. If he could look at this video clearly and see it's a microphone, right? What y'all think? Because that's the same outfit. We over here, we base it on outfits. That tree is horrible. Yeah, that tree just makes the music more sad, right? Scott said Channel 7 News needs some soft lighting with diffusion. Yeah, I think it's a weapon though. He still used the microphone as a weapon, but it wasn't a knife. But Shauna was telling me it was a knife somewhere in there. So maybe somebody who was there saw a knife. I don't know. I didn't see a knife, so I can't report on things I don't see. I just came here to dance. That's it. Okay. Yeah, I think that she told him what happened. So it's not like this was last night that Tiffany went in there, paid Bo Brindley his $400 an hour. He had an hour, and he said, look, I ain't got time to look at the tape. Tell me what happened.
In that circumstance, these men are attacking him with a deadly weapon, and the mayor, fearing for his safety, did go toward that crowd, risking getting hurt herself. But he was at risk. This is her boyfriend. This is an important man in her life, her source of support, and he was being threatened with a deadly weapon, and that was going on at the time. The story has been reported as if the mayor's boyfriend caused the fight and the mayor jumped in it. But that is simply not the truth. And the video itself, when taken piece by piece and looked at frame by frame, shows it.
Now, I'll be fair here. I think it shows that the boyfriend didn't start the fight, but I also think it does not show definitively that there was any knives. he's saying, oh, look at this knife, when it's clearly a microphone. So, and this is what happens when you try to lie about everything. The stuff that you say that is truthful is now questioned because you've lied so much.
But literally, so far, nobody seems to care. No, I haven't seen anybody that cares about that fact. That's extraordinary. You know, Mr. Woods spoke to a stalker who just made inflammatory and inappropriate comments to a mayor. Anybody that talked like that to a mayor, the mayor of Chicago, is going to be out of that room. But it was allowed to happen. And he's allowed to come in there armed with a knife. And then Mr. Woods speaks to him. All he did was speak to him. He gets attacked by these two guys. And he gets hurt. I mean, Kamal Woods got injured. He went to the hospital. And all of this is borne out by the video evidence. But that's not the story being told on TV. That's not the story that's told in social media. This is about a corrupt mayor causing a brawl in town hall. Yeah, that's sensational. That gets clicks and all that.
With breaking news, a fist fight breaks out at Tiffany Henyard's Thornton Township meeting tonight.
But it has nothing to do with reality. Truth is overawed by spectacle and sensationalism. And that event at town hall and the way that it's been handled is really a microcosm for how Mayor Henyard's been handled for months, if not longer. Political enemies put out false stories about a corrupt mayor stealing from the town. That's a story. And those stories get treated like truth. Facts don't matter, video doesn't matter. All that matters is what's going to be sensational. That's the experience that she's had. Truth overawed by spectacle. And this man, Jedediah Brown, who was at the meeting, is nothing more than a pathetic symptom of a greater disease. This is a disease of social media fiction metastasized.
Now, the mayor here and her legal counsel went disgustingly low here and put in this video Jedediah's attempt at self-deletion. I'm going to blur it so you can still hear what he's saying, but they literally put it in the video.
Into popular culture now. And that's what this mayor has been experiencing for months, and it's dangerous. This man's an armed predator who stalks the mayor so he can scream it online. And people enjoy that. He makes inflammatory comments so he can put up videos of himself online. He'll report things, other people hear it. Flames of false anger get fueled in Bible attendance. And that's unfortunate. But that's the truth.
Residents of Dolton, as you can see, I have been attacked, stalked by individuals that have been hired by Trustee Kiana Belcher, Trustee Jason House, Trustee Tammy Brown, and Trustee Brittany Norwood. All hired these individuals to come into our town and create chaos.
Now that is defamatory. If they can prove that she knows that's not true, because obviously she has no evidence of that. And she's now trying to say that the trustees hired these people to come after her and stalk her and all this stuff. So, but again, this is where I think they go too far. If they would have just said, hey, listen, here's this guy's background. This is the person who's stalking me. Then you have it. But now by trying to tie him into the trustees by saying they paid me for it, doesn't nobody believe that. And now she's lost the credibility of the video.
Individuals have so much hate for me that they are willing to do anything to put me, my daughter, my family.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I had to give me some water. Now, going back to, I was listening to Nate the whole time. So what Nate is saying is that they shouldn't have put in I'll just say the suicide attempt right there in the video. Can I say two things? I know I wish I could stick to one side, but can I just say this? Don't hate me. I think suicide is a sensitive subject matter, right? For sure. And I think mental health is a sensitive subject matter too, for sure. Under normal circumstances, I would say you can't bring up people. I hate when people do that. Oh, they tried to off themselves, or they suffer from this, or they're this. I don't like that. Or, they went off on me in 1992. I don't like that. That's, mental health is something. Or they daddy crazy, so they crazy. I don't like that. Postpartum, somebody went through postpartum and somebody talking about they crazy for the rest of their life. I don't like that. But can I say right now all gloves are off? Do you get what I'm saying? In this fight, all gloves are off. That's what I mean. Like she used what she had to use. That's what I got. That's what I got. I just came here to dance. That's it. Don't get mad. But that's all I'm saying. All gloves are off. That's what she had. So she used it. And then if somebody reference that video, they'll see the cousin and blah, 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 and the reason he did it, and they'll go all the way back. All gloves was off. So she used what she had. And can we say that, remember, he did say, you're right, All Eyes, I got a loan. And then remember when he first came, I got, that's all on video. I got $3,500. They paid me $3,500. He didn't say who at that point for the $3,500, but he did bring up the trustees and the loan. Yeah. 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 That's all I'm saying. I'm just saying. Sorry, I got hips. I'm just saying all gloves are off right now. It's election time. All gloves are off. They gonna dig up whatever. Hell, they dug up my adoption talking about me, and I'm not even running for office. Did my biological mama or have anything to do with that? They dug it up. All gloves are off. So now you can't be super sensitive because she brought it up. That's what happened. It's politics right now. This is what happened. So you can't say, oh, no, you're wrong for bringing that up. Y'all talking about Kamal left his wife while she was pregnant. His wife ain't got nothing to do with that. Y'all brought it up. Didn't they bring up Kamal was standing on top of a Kmart trying to commit the S word too? I think I heard that. Didn't they say he tried to do that too? Okay, just saying. Just saying. Okay, but I get it. It's a sensitive subject matter. You know what I mean? I get it. Gloves are off, right? She used what she had. It's a part of history.
In harm's way.
Hello. How you doing? I'm the advocate that's been challenging Mayor Henyard. I know you're her mom.
What happened?
You're Mayor Henyard's mother, right? Where's her mom available?
Now, Jedediah is wrong for this. We got to call it what we see it, people. Why the hell is he at her mom's house? Jedediah is wrong. This is crazy. This is insane old stuff. He should be made to answer. You don't go to her mom's house. If you have a problem with her, why are you going to her mom's house? Talking about your advocate. That's ridiculous. But now, because the video has so many other lies in it, we can't get mad at Jedediah for this, even though I personally think this is ridiculous and what he's doing is pretty much stalking. But come on, this is always my problem with propaganda. There's some truth in this, but there's so many blatant lies that the truth gets lost amongst the lies.
True. I can agree with that.
So that's the super mayor's take on what happened at the Brawl. And that's her hit piece against Jedediah Brown and trying to link him to the trustees. At the end of the day, I think what Jedediah was doing, going to her mama's house, going to her house late at night, I think all those things are unacceptable. And I think that is harassment and stalking. I think he should stop that immediately. That is not helpful. And it's honestly, it could be criminal. I believe that that's wrong. And I think Jedediah is wrong for doing that. I think the lawyer trying to make the microphone look like a knife is also wrong. And I think that's unethical because you can clearly see that's the microphone he grabbed. And this other thing about trying to connect the trustees and Jedediah in some type of paid relationship, also, I think that's just full of crap. But tell me where I'm wrong in the comment section. Tell me if you see anything differently than I've seen it here. This is us reacting to the super mayor's attempt to change the narrative.
Okay. I think that was a fair assessment from someone on the outside looking in. I think that was fair. I think he called them both out, both sides out. I think he said he was wrong for this. And then I think the lawyer was wrong for that because I do think that was a microphone he grabbed. I think that maybe Tiffany saw this, but then y'all are telling me I have not seen a knife. This is what I'm saying in my head. I think Tiffany saw the silver from where she was sitting. This is my assumption. Then you know what assumptions mean. But I think she saw that silver from the microphone head and thought he had a knife. Also, I think you guys are right. If Kamal went to the hospital, I would have been all over that. I would have had Kamal. It would look like Nightmare on Elm Street. Kamal would be laying there bloody in the in the ambulance. Video. It would look like Freddy Krueger got to Kamal if that was the case. It could have been a paper cut. But by the time I would have zoomed in with my camera on a paper cut, it would have looked like that. You know what I mean? But we didn't see any of that. And if he did get stabbed multiple times, we should have saw that part, right? But I do think the microphone could be used as a weapon. Yes, we know microphones are hard and tough and blah, 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 right? We know all of that. It's only 11 days to election time. Thank the Lord. Like I said, just check on us in a year. Check on Dolton in a year. See what's going on with people in a year. Some people are feeding into all the propaganda. I think that's what the problem is. A lot of it is propaganda. I think this long 10-day stretch is going to be a mess. We got to see if Miss Cassandra Hobson-Jordan is going to come in April and run too. It's a lot going on. And I just hope that everything gets back on track so the residents can be okay, because this is going to be the most watched election in history, right? So I always tell y'all, I don't know if you had a personal relationship with Tiffany, only you know. I have not had that experience with a personal relationship with anyone that's sitting up there on the dais. So I have nothing that I could say, oh, they directly fired me. They directly did. I don't have that. You know what I mean? So I don't know these people's stories. I wasn't in Las Vegas. I don't know these people's stories. You know what I mean? But I do know that we should listen at least, but we should listen to both sides. So if Tiffany is showing us something, we should go there as well and listen. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to go to, you guys, let's go to this old video before we go. Let's see if we can find it. So now that we saw Tiffany's side of the story, let's see if we can see let's go to this On the Move podcast and revisit it. Let's revisit it. Like, let's start with Mr. Larry. What happened to Mr. Larry? Is he okay? What happened to Mr. Larry? I know he's still booming over there. Oh, you said now you have to meet her. Yeah, I pray for everybody's safety too. Jay was the one claiming to be hit by a microphone. Isn't that crazy how stuff like that video, all the different angles, didn't it look, everything looked crazy, but I'm glad Nate did his coverage. I think And you know what? I've been in a fight before. Let me tell you something, Scott. I was in a fight before. And from my angle, I was like, and then I went whop, and then I went whop, and then I turned around and threw her like bam. And if it was footage of that, I think I was running and getting my hair. But let my story tell it. I was kicking butt. I was kicking butt, Scott. Let me tell you the story. But then if it would have been footage back in the 80s, you would have saw me running like so let's see. Let's revisit this On the Move podcast and let's see how it aged. And let's see if you see things different.
Uh-huh.
Typical Tiffany.
Oh my God, really? She did that? What?
I saw it on the internet, so it must be true. Really?
Y'all ready for this?
I heard she started a podcast.
Hey guys, it's Super Mayor Tiffany A. Henyard, the People's Mayor. So, we finally dropped episode 1. Yay! And everybody said it was awesome.
This wasn't the episode I wanted. I wanted the episode with Mr. Larry.
I told you, if you want the
This ain't even the one because you know I could tell by the fashion. Hold on. This is not the episode I want.
making sure you produce things.
Did she take that episode down? Hold on, let's see. Yeah, I like the white. Okay. Is it this one? No. Did she have to take that down because of the body cam footage? I wonder. That's not even the episode. Y'all could see, remember, she had this on. She had this on. Which this shirt you can get it from Amazon, you guys. Shout out. Sorry, Tiff, but you get it from Amazon.
It's her, it's not me. Stop it. Stop it, sir. Larry the liar. Stop it.
Where's that episode? That one's gone. Dang it. That's the one I wanted to go through. That one's gone, y'all. Because the only one, hold on. The only one that I didn't agree with in that group was Big Woods. I think it was like, I was like, why is she coming on Big Woods like that? You know, because it didn't really. Let me see. Because I don't even think I watched that other one. I don't even think I watched that one. Let's see. It's gone. I don't know. I don't know if she got that body cam footage. I don't even think I saw this one. Because where is that podcast? Why is it gone? All right, let's see if we can. I never watched this podcast because I could tell by the clothes. I didn't watch it.
So we're going to talk about taxes. I know that's hard. I get it. But you need to know this is really important because I want you to understand how that elected officials took advantage of you during this season for voting. And I want you to be well equipped. So when you go to the polls again, to the booths again, the next year, I want you to be prepared and equipped to know how to make a educated vote for what you need. I did not like how they stopped and told you, do not vote for mental health services. You guys needed that. It's a need, not a want, but people told you don't vote for that. And it said because it was in the Black and brown communities. Now, why would they do that? But what you didn't know, what you did not know, is they increase your property taxes anyway. Did y'all know that? Did you know that everybody increases your taxes by 4.99%, regardless of what you say or think. Did you know that? And if you don't believe me, go in FOIA. In 1967, the FOIA Act was created. For those that don't know what it is, FOIA is Freedom of Information Act. Go and look it up. It was
This
created
blinking
to
in and out,
allow-
y'all. I don't even, and you know what's so weird? I don't even recall watching this one. I don't recall watching that one at all. I really don't. That's crazy. Okay, well that other one's gone, y'all. So maybe some had to be on there where she took it down because, like I said, if Mr. Larry had gaming machine, I was all for Mr. Larry until he put Buffalo, the slot machine, up in his. Because how would you go pay for that, Mr. Larry? If somebody would have got all 14, 15 Buffaloes on the slot machine, how you was going to pay for that? Lord. All right, you guys, let me get up out of here because it's late. I didn't even know it was 1:30, so we've been long-winded.
Can I be recognized, Mayor?
You want to be long-winded? I'm just asking.
Y'all, oh my God, I can't believe she said that. You finna be long-winded. All right, you guys. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody being like respectful in the chat and bringing all your opinions out there. I think that everybody needs everyone's opinions to make a decision when they're going to vote, or to even like if you're not in Dolton and you don't have to vote. Doesn't this make you look at your community where you are to look at other things? I'll tell you one thing, just about talking about Dolton, don't now you like, what is my village, city, town paying for? What's on my warrant list? Remember we covered Miss Patty? Y'all remember that? Y'all don't remember when we covered the lady who's also in Illinois? She also owns a township office. Hold on. Y'all remember that? She's in Illinois. Nobody says nothing about her. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Nobody says anything about her. She's right here in Illinois. Oh, thank you, Bookie. Thank you. Thank you, Kyla. Love you. Love you, babe. Why did nobody talk about her? You know what's so funny? Okay, let's be real. Do y'all think let's put on our conspiracy hat? Do y'all think people, we talking about Tiffany's being used as a distraction? Do you think bigger people, like, look at, I know this sounds crazy. Nobody's talking about nobody else. Like, all these people are sliding under the radar doing all kind of crazy stuff. And nobody even care about Mike Madigan acting a fool over here. Nobody care about this township. It's in Canteen, Illinois. Canteen Township, Illinois. Let me give you a little background. It's about 4 hours from Dolton. About 3.5 hours from Dolton. Let me give you the background of what's going on here. It says Canteen Township. This is they're also a township. They do general assistance. They do everything the same thing Dolton does. I mean Thornton Township do. They give out food boxes. It says Canteen Township provides general assistance to those who are not eligible for other state TANF or SSI assistance and do not have the financial resources to provide for their own needs. This is a big financial aid office as well, right? So it's right up the street. Sorry. It's in Illinois. It's also a township. I think it's the 6th biggest in Illinois. Okay. It's in St. Clair County, Illinois, so not in Cook County. and we could get there in about 3 hours. Yeah. So 3 hours and some change. Okay. So it's over there on the St. Louis border. So sort of like we're on the Indiana border or the Wisconsin border or something like that. It's right over there, right? So let's go ahead and look at what this is what their supervisor is doing. And she's guilty. She's guilty. Okay, let's watch this.
Tonight in You Paid For It, trustees in a St. Clair County community are asking for the town supervisor to resign, claiming she was using town money for personal reasons. So far, she's resisted those calls. In this You Paid For It report, Fox Files investigator Chad Mira has obtained bank statements showing ATM withdrawals at a casino.
Canteen Township trustees asking the township supervisor to resign.
I also received an anonymous package in the mail with documents, bank statements.
Those bank statements for the town in St. Clair County, Illinois, show multiple transactions in July 2023 at 999 North 2nd Street in St. Louis. It totals about $1,000 in a one-week span. If you go to that address, you find yourself here at the Horseshoe Casino. But township officials say those transactions were simply a mistake. The Township Board of Trustees discussed these accusations in an executive session in August. In the executive session minutes seen by Fox 2 News, Township Supervisor Sally Rodriguez admitted to the transactions, calling them an accident. She said, quote, "I have the same exact bank with the same exact card." She goes on to say that her personal card...
Sally! Can y'all believe this? Sally took the township debit card. Now, Tiffany ain't do that bad. Sally took the township debit card and went to the boat. Went to the casino. Can y'all believe that?
9 North 2nd Street in St. Louis. It totals about $1,000 in a one-week span. If you go to that address, you find yourself here at the Horseshoe Casino. But township officials say those transactions were simply a mistake. The Township Board of Trustees discussed these accusations in an executive session in August. In the executive session minutes seen by Fox 2 News, Township Supervisor Sally Rodriguez admitted to the transactions, calling them an accident. She said, quote, "I have the same exact bank with the same exact card." She goes on to say that her personal card and the township card also have the same exact PIN.
It's a complete excuse. How can you go to the casino 5 times and make a mistake and use the township debit card 5 times?
The township's attorney said in the session that there's no lost money to recover. The township official tells me any money taken was repaid very quickly. After that executive session,
I don't think that's fair because, okay, if she took the township credit card, right, and she went to the ATM 5 times, let's say she took out whatever, $500, right, and she won $5,000 and she put that $500 back, that's not fair because she's gambling with the township money. That is so unfair. And they just like, oh, she put the money back. No, she's using the taxpayer funds at the casino. This is crazy.
How can you go to the casino 5 times and make a mistake and use the township debit card 5 times?
The township's attorney said in the session that there's no lost money to recover. The township official tells me any money taken was repaid very quickly. After that executive session, trustee Ricky Thomas made a motion asking Supervisor Rodriguez to resign. With a vote of 2-1, it passed, but it's non-binding. We contacted the one no vote who told me no comment.
Well, by her being an elected official, we can't force her resignation.
To this date, she's chosen not to. Rodriguez declined an interview, but told me she plans to ask the township lawyer to publicly release the executive session minutes and more from an investigation into the matter. Accident or not, trustee Ann Rogers says it doesn't change her opinion.
It's not judgment to the supervisor. Number one, this is for the best interest of the community that you actually step down.
With this You Paid For report, I'm Fox Files reporter Chad Mira.
Now, you want to talk about what happened? You know what? I'll cover that board meeting because it was so interesting. She's still up there, y'all. She was like, no, y'all ain't getting the minutes. I gave you the money back that I spent at the casino, and I'm gonna keep my debit card. Good day. Can you imagine if Tiffany took the Township credit card and went to the casino, to the Horseshoe? That's it. And they kept calling. She was like, no. She was like, I'm not stepping down. And we're not talking, and we're not going to discuss it. I used the Township credit card on accident at the boat, at the casino. Good day. Isn't that crazy? Y'all, that is insane. So she hit the jackpot. She withdrew 5 times. So she was sitting there trying to chase something, chase a win or something. She was like, when I get off work, I'm going to the casino. Sally went to the casino, used the taxpayers' money, and just gave them the money back. All right, y'all, let me get off of here because you can't make. And then they would like, so look, they were sitting up there at the lab because I followed up on this. So it was like, so that happened in August, September, October, November. They kept on saying step down. She said, look, we're not discussing this anymore. I did what I did. You got your money back. Shut the heck up. And the media stopped following it. She used the Township credit card at the casino to gamble. Child. Okay. Tiffany the problem. Let me get out of here. Tiffany the problem. Let me get out of here.
Ain't nobody gonna approve that. And
ain't nobody gonna approve that. Okay.
So all I'm saying to you is like, come on, guys, we got to do better. We have to do better. And all I can tell you is that I am a fighter, and y'all know that. So when you come for me, be prepared for the fight, because at the end of the day, they talked about Jesus Christ. So why don't I think y'all are not gonna do me the same way? Somebody that's healing y'all and helping y'all. Same thing I'm over here doing, right? Healing and helping.
Right, asking another employee who went on that trip. You went down to Springfield, and what were you hoping to do in Springfield?
You need to ask the people that handles that. I'm not the one that handled it. I was just riding the bike. We need more.
Y'all, I can't wait for this to be over. I just can't wait for this to be over. One thing I'm going to say, Tiffany going to be all right. Tiffany going to be all right. You know what I mean? She's still young. She's still the, as much as people hate her, she's still the content. They don't be wanting to cover nobody else. She's still the content. She'll be okay. She'll be okay. I agree. She should. Wyoming. She said she has the same PIN number and the same card. Yep, that's what she said. It was an accident. Oh yeah, she took a little more, 3 more times. I've done that. I took out 20, then had to take out 23 more times. No, don't do it. It's not right. She made it right, but she should resign and get the help she needs. Yeah. And they still got her in trouble, in charge of the finances. Stan's just stay out the way. You know what? Stan and Brittany, they generally try to stay out the way. The last time Brittany said, y'all caught me in that parking lot and that's it. Y'all ain't gonna catch me no more. Now I take you know what? You better stop. Choose compassion. Yeah, Brittany, she gonna be on reality TV. She's gonna be on The View. She gonna be on Club Shay Shay. She gonna be all over. They're gonna ask her questions. She's gonna make her money regardless. Not Dancing with the Stars. She wasn't dancing. Catch me outside. How about that? I love you guys. Y'all get some sleep. Enjoy your day. You guys make sure you shovel your way out early in the morning. The little kid's gonna be ringing the doorbell to shovel the snow. So answer your doorbell. Like, don't give them the money first. Don't let them tap your Cash App either, y'all. Go ahead and let them shovel the snow. To slide the money through their mailbox. Okay. All right, you guys. Be safe. Take care of yourself and each other. And look, before Nate the lawyer, if you try to strike me,
I got some clothes. I got some jewelry. The rest I got tied up in investments. I ain't got nothing else.
take care of yourself and each other. Bye.
Commentary blue. Commentary burgundy. Commentary. Comment blue. Commentary. Comment burgundy blue. Commentary blue. Commentary.